Hi, this is On Imagination with the ethical asshole, and I am your host, the salty bitch. So today was a huge, I got this block out of me, and I threw it away. And it started last night. I was reverse engineering suicide and analyzing it. And I realized one of the core features in suicide is a belief that you cannot have love. That is a huge topic, and that is not at all what I'm talking about here. That is for another time. So I'm going to set that very delicate subject aside. Now, that being said, when I was able to sit down and finally dig out this core, I believe I can't have true love, I wanted to know what was the source of this. So I reverse engineered it, and what I came to was the group of men who hate Disney films. Specifically, the group of men who hate Disney films who say they have ruined our daughters. And there became this massive uprising that was anti-Disney around the 1990s to about 2010. It was around that time period, 1990 to 2010, where these fathers became very anti-Disney and how they're ruining our daughters. And part of that was the reason why my daughter is so promiscuous or is in an abusive relationship is because of Disney. Disney, they say, is the result of all these women thinking that their value is defined by the man in their life. Well, I was an 8-year-old when Little Mermaid came out, and I was that demographic, that Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin with Jasmine hit when those movies came out. And it never once occurred to me that I needed a man from those movies. You want to know who told me I needed a man? My father. At 8 years old, I wanted to be a scientist. I wanted to go to college. So I asked my father in 1988 what he wanted me to become when I was an adult, because he was telling my brother what my father had planned for him. So I, wanting the approval of my father, asked my father what his dreams were for me. And my father said, I want to see you married with children. I died inside that day, and I set my heart on making my father proud. About a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, we got hit with Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin with Jasmine. Those three women, Ariel and Belle and Jasmine, became my heroes. I am a Disney princess. They taught me that you can be intelligent, educated, adventurous, that you can do whatever you want, that you can dream whatever you want. It was Jasmine who said, I will not be a prize to be won. I loved those women. I was so inspired by those three women. By the time 1995 to 2010 rolled around, that's when this toxicity of Disney is out to get women. And it's because of them that women have this unidealized dream of love, and a woman needs to be independent. Now, that put something inside of my head around that time period, this toxic thing in my brain that then told me, oh, it's bad and it's unhealthy to want love. So I encompassed this entire concept of being this independent woman who was so independent that I didn't need anybody, because I wanted to be what those men, specifically my father, said I should be by rejecting all love. That led to suicide that I struggled with for 20 years. Let's just say I reverse engineered the shit. So yesterday, when I got to the core of this issue, I realized the issue was never suicide. The issue was never purpose. The issue was never love. The issue was the belief that my father felt I shouldn't have any kind of love because I should be independent. Then I was thinking about this today. I sat back and I made amends with myself. I went, oh, I can have love and it's okay. The Disney dream is okay, because it is okay to love true love and to want love. That's fantastic. Disney was right. My father was an asshole. So I got my love all back and I feel great. And for the first time in my life in a long time, the suicidal ideation is gone. I feel fucking great. Now, there was easily about 2 years of my life where it was solidly gone. And then it went away again around the time that I thought that I couldn't have true love again because that's not healthy, because that's toxic, everyone told me, because of Disney. So I got it back, got my power, my passion, I can have love. Love is absolutely something I can obtain, and I feel fucking great. So I'm now sitting here looking at these 3 Disney movies, and you know what I discovered? I discovered that the father is the bad guy in the film. That's what I discovered. King Triton was the villain. It's because of King Triton's suppression against Ariel that she decides to take matters into her own hands. So she goes to the witch herself and turns herself human because of what her father did. Her father shattered her room and all of her possessions. It is because of her father's weakness that he gets captured to begin with by the beast that Belle has to sacrifice her life and freedom for her father's survival. And in Aladdin, it is the father who insists she has to marry who he says. Suddenly, I'm looking at the Disney movies in a completely new light. I'm going, the villains are the 3 fathers. Interesting. So suddenly, these fathers in the 1990s and in 2010 get a real nice mirror looking right at their fucking faces at what they did to their daughters. And they didn't like that, now did they? So their solution? Tell their daughters that they don't need love and it's Disney's fault. And there's that seed that you shouldn't have love embedded right into my fucking brain. Disney was amazing. Those Disney movies were fucking amazing. You know what? They weren't made for fucking 45-year-old men. They were made for me. And they are what kept me sane and alive during some of the darkest days of my life. So I am a fucking Disney princess because they taught me how powerful I can be. So yeah, that's what I discovered today. So I have a real vendetta against any man who has a problem with Disney movies empowering the truth of women. That's all I have to say about that. And if you are struggling with suicide, please, you are not at all alone. Not at all. There is an absolutely beautiful sky at the end of your storm. Hang on. May the kindest of words always find you.